Welcome to Wyland Gallery, located in the Rayleigh's Village Center in South Lake Tahoe. Wyland Gallery has an enticing array of over 40 artists in addition to the world-renowned marine life artist Wyland. Our extensive collection of art includes paintings, sculptures, glass, bronze, and metal art. Wyland Gallery, located in the Rayleigh's Village Center, open daily from 10 a.m.
Welcome back, Wyland here from Wyland Galleries. It's so good to see
Give you the aloha to Shaka here. You were over in Kauai.
Yeah, man, I love it. And it's I just was saying to you as we drove from the airport to Hanalei Bay, big old Wyland mural right there.
Yeah, I've tagged 100 walls. It took me 27 years, but I painted 100 of them.
Is that about what you have, 100?
It's exactly what I have, and I'm done with that project. I did them all for free. I don't know if
No, I did not know that.
people don't know this, but it took me 27 years to do 100 murals, and they were gifts to the world. And the idea is that public art can inspire people to think about not only whales, but about water and oceans and the connection, of land. And so, that was a great project. And my new one is to do 100 monumental sculptures in 100 cities in the world. So that'll take another, 25 years. And 10 of those monumental sculptures that I'm planning now, 10 of them will be underwater, so you actually have to dive or snorkel to see them.
But you do the sculpting above water and then drop it in, I assume.
Oh, of course. Although I wouldn't mind carving one. I wouldn't mind carving one under.
Fill me
the
up another
sea.
Oxygen tank. I'm going down.
You just gave me another idea.
Hey, come on, buddy. That's right. That
the
would
mastermind theory,
be
folks.
way cooler to do. So your start was in these murals, though. That was like the beginning.
Yeah, I decided like in the 70s. It took 3 years to get permission from the city of Laguna Beach, California, where I did the first whaling wall. 3 years to get them to say yes, because the idea was so big. There was no real big art back then in Laguna, and it's an art colony, and they're very conservative at that point. But I just stayed with it, and I decided that this was an important project, and I had only planned on painting one whaling wall. So
the one in Laguna.
The one in Laguna, and ironically, 10 years before that, I saw the ocean there when I was 14 for the first time at Main Beach.
And where'd you come from? Where were you?
I came from Detroit, man. I'm from the Motor City.
I hear the accent.
Yeah, I'm from Detroit, and me and Eminem and Kid Rock and Madonna and Marvin Gaye.
A bunch of y'all.
Yeah, so
a lot of soul comes out of that town.
We have a lot of soul, but I certainly didn't want to live there. I'm headed west young man, but I went to California to see the ocean for the first time when I was 14. And ironically, at Main Beach, I dove beneath the first wave, and it was in the winter, and the California gray whales were actually migrating close to shore at that time. So as I came up, these two gray whales, these barnacle-encrusted backs, spouted right in front of me. And
like how far away?
Like I'm talking 20 yards.
Wow.
I mean, it was like seeing a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And Jacques Cousteau really was the first inspiration for me and a generation of us. And so now here I am, 14-year-old kid, an artist, pure artist, seeing, what will, reflect 10 years later on the side of my first building.
It was 10 years later, so you were 24 by the
10
time you
years
got that.
later, I painted those very same two gray whales that I saw on that day.
I've not heard that story.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then now, I got wind a few years later that they were going to tear that building down and destroy the first whaling wall. So I bought the building.
That's awesome.
And they were surprised because I was a starving artist.
Right.
And
they're like,
so,
well,
Yeah, the hotel.
And you did it for free, so they knew you didn't make any money doing it.
Oh, yeah. So they remember me that way. They haven't been following, obviously, the Wyland Gallery history. But anyway, so the Hotel Laguna was, really upset that I had bought the whaling wall, that property.
I love it.
Anyway, that's where I now live. I have like a live-work
so that's
studio.
actually, that's your studio.
That's my studio gallery. And then I tried to save the wall, and 4 inches of it was on their property, so out of spite, they painted over the original whaling wall. But the city allowed me to redo it in porcelain tile on my building.
Cool.
So, it all worked out. But after I painted that first one, a reporter, Gordon Grant from the LA Times, said, "Hey, Wyland, how many of these are you going to paint?" I said, I'm going to paint 100 of them.
Damn.
And
He
always
wrote it down, so then you're committed.
well, no, I always do what I say. If I say I'm going to do 100, and I thought it would take 30 years, and it took 27. So really, I was ahead of schedule. You
Yeah.
know, I was 3 years
And when
ahead
did you
of schedule.
complete the last one? And where was
The
the
last one was in Beijing. You know, I was declared the official artist for the U.S. Olympic team. So it all kind of came together naturally, like everything else in my
Yeah,
life, and as things sometimes do. And so I timed it to do the last whaling wall in Beijing, and I called it Hands Across the Oceans. The idea wasn't about me painting my last one. It was about me passing the art and the inspiration and the conservation message onto all the kids around the world from all the Olympic countries. So I painted with kids from 212 Olympic countries, and each country got to paint their own giant canvas. And when it was all put together, it was nearly a mile long, and we call it Hands Across the Oceans. The idea that water connects all the people in all the countries of the world.
Sure.
It was a kind of a crazy big project. It took 6 weeks, but
God, all of your projects, though, it seems like they're these big monumental things that are hard. Like you got to have a lot of vision to go.
or you got to be crazy. You know,
Well, and
I
that too.
think of these things, and then I kind of get into them, and I go, "My God, what the hell did I do?
Why did I say that?
Yeah, why? But you know what? When it's all done, you feel you know a great deal of like, wow, we did something really important and good in the world.
35 years now celebrating
Wyland Galleries.
The galleries.
Started Wyland Galleries in a little studio in Laguna Canyon in California, and a little live work studio. And yeah, now we have 30 galleries, and of course the Wyland Galleries in South Lake Tahoe. We just did a couple great shows there, and it seems like the economy's turning out there. And
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and I tell people, collect my art, because I don't want to have to get a real job. So you guys keep collecting, and I have such great collectors, and most of them, you know, the average is what, Nancy? About 8 or 9 paintings.
Oh, is that right?
Or sculpture.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Is it mostly like in ocean towns and
No,
ocean
not at all.
communities? Not?
People that do not live on the ocean, they say fish never see water because they're close to it. No,
Right.
it's mainly people
You know
from
they
the
don't even
Midwest.
breathe water. They don't even drink water. Fish.
Exactly.
They absorb through osmosis.
You know what? People have a love for the ocean, you know, because that's where all life came from. So we have a connection to it. And I kind of, mine is not only art, it's conservation, it's community, and it's bringing that message in a very kind of pure way.
Yeah.
So people, I think, can relate to my art, and I certainly relate to people. I love people. You know, I love that people collect my art, and you know, I get to see them once a year here, so it's rare.
Hey, do this. Will you stay with us just a little bit? You know, we got this,
Absolutely.
you know, live TV. We got this format. We got to keep it up. But I'd love to talk to
Absolutely.
you a little bit more. If you have time, just stick around just for a little bit
You got
longer.
it. I'm here.
Kristen Farrell's on the phone. So guys, I got to go. Kristen's out there on the trails.
Okay.
To give us a North Shore update.
Good.
Kristen, take it away.
Hey, Todd, it's a beautiful day out here. Heading on to this, into this busy 4th of July holiday week. A lot going on this week. Tuesday, Farmers Market is happening over in Truckee and in Kings Beach. Also, retro skate nights over at the Village at North Shore. You can rent those skates. They got a DJ on hand playing your favorite hits from the 70s and 80s. And it's Blues Days over at Squaw Valley.